Hello everybody, this is Mainfreight Rugby in round 4 of the Bunnings Heartland Championship. Well, things are getting tense. They're getting very tense because right at the moment we've got 3 teams up the top. We've got South Canterbury and Thames Valley, who have perfect records after 3 games, and Horowhenua-Kapiti, who are just 1 point behind them. But then there's a logjam. North Otago, Poverty Bay, Mid Canterbury, Wanganui, all vying to have a place in the top 4. As usual, Ian Jones is with me, Camo. This is the way it's going.
Yes, Mace, this remarkable season just keeps giving. Remember, we're now at the halfway stage of round robin play, and I'm going to add to your list West Coast, making it 8 teams now vying for those top 4 spots here in the Bunnings Heartland Championship. You have to suggest, as we always say, from here on in, no team can afford to lose. Every game counts. The other game a lot of people have eyeballs on is the debut from the King Country Rams of a young Sam Cane, which will be fantastic as they take on Wanganui. So that's one of the key games this coming weekend. What else have we got to look forward to here on Mainfreight Rugby, Mace, in round 4 of the Bunnings Heartland Championship?
Yes, Camo, Kane will play his first game for King Country a bit later in the program. Interesting that the 3 top teams in the competition, South Canterbury, Thames Valley, Horowhenua-Kapiti, are all playing away. And the game we're going to first at Oamaru, North Otago against Poverty Bay. These 2 teams are separated only by points difference, so this could be a very, very close match. Our man at the park is Tom Conroy.
Normally I'd break into a couple of verses of Summer Holiday for those who remember the Sir Cliff Richard classic where they toured Europe in a bus, not dissimilar to this one. This is the North Otago Supporters Club bus, and they'll be watching the game with social distancing within. And it's right at the base of the post, so sure to be a target for many of the kickers in this direction. And it's not quite summer here either. It's a little bit damp, it's a little bit cool, but perfect conditions for a vital match in this competition. It's 4 versus 5 in the Heartland Championship.
Go North Otago!
In the 2021 abbreviated competition, this game between 4 and 5 on the table could be crucial, with Poverty Bay running out a side that looks very competitive. The front row was effective last week, so expect Noa, Tarakia and Higgins to shine, and the bench cover to continue their good work. Kelvin Smith will both captain the side and call the shots from pivot, and watch out for the menacing runs of centre Tain Aupori in what will be a tantalising clash of the midfield. North Otago roll out the same backline that enjoyed much success 7 days ago, with the only changes up front, the introduction of Jake Greenslade in his first start, the return of lone player Charles Elton at number 8, and the benching of regular skipper Sam Sturgis for a rest, one presumes. This means the captaincy is shared between Elton and lock Manalua Taiti. Jake Matthews is proving a try-scoring machine at 9. Noa keeps his body low, still not able to breach the yellow line. Taua Tavalu got himself a yard or 2 closer to the line, but still no absolute breach of the defence. Hill goes sideways. Penalty coming right in front of the post. They can be more adventurous here. They may just stick to the big boys rumbling. That's what they do with Higgins getting within 10. And not able to control the ball. They'll go back to the penalty. This is a gift. And after 13 minutes, it's 3 points to 0 in favour of Poverty Bay. So Jake Matthews, he'll be a threat here. He knows where the goal line is, and he knows his team has got a strength advantage because of that 1 man up. They were a pretty efficient scrum even before then. Off the back and try. Simple as that for Charles Elton. And there was an air of inevitability about that try, wasn't there? On the wet and forget replay, you can see the Poverty Bay scrum struggling under the pressure of having that man on the bench, the number 8. He just picked up, sauntered over, made it look so easy. Conversion straight and true, and that is in fact the halftime break. Still be North Otago 7, Poverty Bay 3. And Broughton brings a couple of extra kilos to the front row. Leaf tries to step his way through. And there's the fallen Leaf. So they turn that ball over, and now A chance for North Otago. Emery. Oh, just taken round the ankles after he kicked the ball, but it was so well timed. It's come off a knee. This should still be a try, and that is. And that's good refereeing. North Otago over the line. And that was composure personified in the wet and forget replay. You'll see that the ball was kicked through by Emery, chased by 3 North Otago players, and came off a knee, rolled over, picked up by Telfer. He scores. Players are in the right spot from the get-go. And over the top of everyone, Broughton anticipated. Hard stopping this man at any time. Over! What a try! Jared Broughton, outstanding. A fortuitous throw perhaps, but once the prop got his hands around the ball, the wet and forget replay, he barnstormed his way through a dozen defenders that felt like that and across close to the posts, and North Otago licking their wounds. No mistake there. 10 plays 12. Can they steal this game, Poverty Bay? Council, Broughton on the charge. It's an advantage to Poverty Bay. A penalty advantage, they may not need it. Alpori, another lunge for the line. They've got the penalty advantage. What a finish to this game, Council. Another advantage. So Poverty Bay have got that in their favour. They didn't get it over the line. There's a massive bodies there, puffing and heaving at the end of the game. Poverty Bay have an opportunity, if they want to have a crack at goal and win the match, they're going to have a shot at goal. One step back, a couple forward, strikes it terribly. And it goes to the left. North Otago are going to hang on to this game, but there was an awful lot of pressure on the kicker, and he can't be held responsible. They should have won it by another means. What's going through your mind at the moment?
Oh, just one of those games that could have gone either way, you know. We were there, but not quite.
Do you want to talk about the last kick?
Yeah. Hey, as the captain, you stand up in those big moments. If it, sometimes it doesn't go your way, sometimes it does, and today it didn't go my way. I'll take that on the chin. That's something I'll have to live with, and yeah, I'll take it on the chin.
To Westport now, where the high-flying Horowhenua-Kapiti in town to play the local Buller Boys. They're just in behind the main street here on Victoria Square.
Well, here at Victoria Square this afternoon, we have Game 4 of the Bunnings Heartland Championship. And I have with me the Buller Liaison Manager for the Media, Thor Manawatu. Welcome.
Hey, g'day, Barry. Yep, good to be
And
back.
I believe you have your apprentice here, Liaison Manager.
Alex Lane, yeah. G'day, how are you? Good.
Alex, yeah, congratulations, mate. Welcome to the team, the media team. You missed last week's game against Thames Valley. Someone suggested you had a broken fingernail.
No, that's completely false. I had a bit of a dodgy knee, but it's come right. Got a bit of strapping on there now. A couple of rub downs from Silas, so he's got very tender hands. So he's done a good job on me today.
You went up north last week. A much improved performance from the Buller Boys, especially for the first 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was, Barry. It was, game of two halves, really, you suppose you could say. Just got away in the second half.
And Alex, they say that the game of rugby's changed an awful lot now. Players have to be a lot more knowledgeable, and the Buller Boys have actually got their own librarian now. Tell me, how did this come about?
Jesse Pittman Hohehos. He is the school librarian at Brightwater School. Very, very knowledgeable around all types of books, non-fiction, fiction. He's usually there behind the desk, behind the computer. Yeah, he's a helpful man in that place.
That's Barry Townrow with the questions. He's also got commentary on the match, helped by Callum Lennon.
Horowhenua-Kapiti and the halfback Robertson, Tata Robertson, flips it up. Still at 6s and 7s, and the Lambert, the flanker, gets it. He goes forward, and away goes the halfback. Flips it up there nicely to the lock forward, Daniel Smith, and he will score underneath the post. And Daniel Smith, the first try of the afternoon. Just run us through it, please, mate, on that wet and forget replay. How easy it was.
Oh, it was pretty easy. There was not a lot of defence either side of the breakdown there, Baz, and I can't remember who it was who picked it up and darted through a nice little offload and scored under the post.
Again, Buller just going to go in for the drive, and this time it's Kyle Titai. Again, I was trying, Lawaki picks it up, and he makes 5 or 6 metres here, and Buller players shifting it off the Horowhenua-Kapiti players. Oh, and it's a penalty again at the breakdown. Tapu Robertson comes in now with the left foot. Here goes the kick, and he has converted it, his third penalty of the afternoon, and that is the half-time up with Horowhenua-Kapiti 16 leading the Francis Mining side Buller 0. Interesting line out, the tallest man standing out in the middle for Buller. I've got to get the ball, and they've lost it. Well, they had the ball, but away comes the hooker, Bryn Gordon. He's up to the halfway mark. Buller again turning it over and losing it 10 metre mark, and still goes Gordon. He's away. No one's going to stop him. He's going to go all the way. And crashing over the line, we'll just make sure it is the hooker, Gordon. Yeah, well, that's a, what will we call that, a 75 metre try. Well, can you run us through that on the wet and forget replay?
Bryn Gordon's just picked it up and picked and go, and the Buller defence is parted like the Red Seas. Jesse Pittman, Joe, the Buller fullback, was nowhere to be found, and the big man's trot under and scored just next to the posts.
Well, are they going to take a quick one here? And yes, they have. They're giving it up there to the new man on the field, Sosi. He's 5 metres out from the line. And again, another penalty to Buller. Not letting go, taking it quickly and firing it out there to the right. Pittman Joyce gives it a long one there to Tau. What's Tau going to do? He's going to have a go for the line, and they will score this time. And Iramo Tau has opened the scoring for Buller after about 23 minutes in the second half. And look on that wet and forget replay, Cal. A little bit of quick thinking there from the Buller players. They didn't take the scrum. They quickly took the tap, and they quickly shifted it out to Mo Tau, and he's just too big and too strong. Just outside the 22. And again, Norton Taylor gets it there. Gives it up there to Wheteri. Wheteri runs straight into Lamert. 22 metre mark, waiting for it to come back. They've still got it, Buller. They're retaining it nicely. Well, just a wee bit slow getting rid of it now. They're going across field. Logan Heath gets it across there on the far side. Oh, Lamert. And away goes Kalikabeki, is it? He's 4 or 5 metres out. He's over the line and it's scored. Well, that was one of the nicer bits of play you will see here today. And what was a big fella Lawaki doing? He'd done all the hard work here on the left-hand side, and all of a sudden his twin brother appeared on the right hand.
He's angled infield, sucked in 2 defenders. We pop out the back door to his mate Kalikabeki, and he still had a lot of work to do. Barry beat the 2 defenders and crashed over, and Buller 2 tries in 3 or 4 minutes, and they're right back into the game here.
The halfback goes away to the right hand. Pittman Jones is going to have a wee bit of a run there too, and he gets pulled down right on the 22 metre mark. Where are the Buller forwards? Are they there quickly? Yes, they are. Need to get it back quickly, they do. Ben Pratt's got it. He puts it under one arm and goes for a bit of a run there too, and gets dropped to the ground. And he's been penalised. Oh, Buller forwards are just too slow getting there, holding on to it. However, there goes the kick, and he has slotted it over. And that is the end of the game. It is Horowhenua-Kapiti 27. They have defeated Francis Mining Buller side 12 here at Victoria Square. And for Horowhenua-Kapiti, they'll be pleased to come away with the 4 points today. Yeah, I have the Horowhenua-Kapiti captain here with me, Ryan Shelford. A very good win here on Victoria Square this afternoon.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Look, we had a few things to iron out after East Coast, and I think the boys had a good week and good prep, and credit to our coaches, Chris and Alini. They've done a good job with the lads, and, we just move forward, and we're just taking every game as it comes, so, yeah.
HK, 3 from 3 and on fire. Still to come, we're going to take you to Ruatoria, Greymouth, Taupo, and a game featuring the All Black captain Marston, and find out who is this week's Mainfreight True Blue here on Mainfreight Rugby.
Mainfreight Rugby.
Mainfreight Rugby and week 4 of the Bunnings Heartland Championship. Our thanks to all of our sponsors, Mainfreight, Still, Isuzu D-Max and Wet and Forget. They have got us to Ruatoria for East Coast against South Canterbury. Looking forward to this game because I tell you what, East Coast have been playing really well but without luck so far this season. Here's hoping that things might just turn round today.
Zach Saunders here with mate Theo Davidson. You're hitting 50 games today. How do you think it's going to feel?
It's going to be good. It's always an honour to play one game for South Canterbury, mate. So getting the 50th today off the bench, hopefully. It's going to be outstanding. Real honour, beautiful day here. I'd say the sweat's going to be dropping off my plums, that's for sure. So it'll be a fast game. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Is there any particular moment you liked about these 50 games?
Nah, mate. Every game I've played has just been outstanding. I love going to training with the boys on a Tuesday and Thursday, just getting together. Usually playing rugby in weather like this, and that's what I love about Heartland footy, eh?
Anything you like to stay back home to the wife and kids sitting at home?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank them for all the hard work they do. Not just my partner Jamie, but all the partners from the boys and the team. We really appreciate it.
Kia ora whānau, ko te maringi wāra tōku ingoa, and this is...
Te Tahi Suta, kia ora whānau.
And we are the partners of a couple of the East Coast boys, so I'm Hone's partner and you are?
Sam Parks' partner.
Yes. And how do you think the boys are going to go today?
Well, I'm hoping for a win. Apparently this is one of the harder teams that they're facing, so yeah, I think everyone's hoping for the win. Yeah, but yeah, proud of them no matter what the result is anyway. Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, well, seeing that your dad came in last night and delivered the boys a bit of a pep talk speech, that was pretty good, so I feel like they will put win under their sails for today and get us over the line. Cool, I think that's about it from us, whānau, and enjoy the day. Oh, we're naturals.
Oh yeah, great respect. Great respect as South Canterbury answer the Ngāti Porou haka. Our commentator, Ben O'Brien-Leaf.
Throw there from Merrillese. The Coast have turned another one over. This is Whāwhai. They've got to sort their line out quickly. Nick Strawn, you won't come across any tougher hombre in the Heartland Championship than Strawn. Wright has it. The Coast have released the ball. Wright getting the ball up to Briggs. That was Hawkey a moment ago. This is the centre three-quarter, Zach Mackay. South Canterbury industrious, but also creative. And they're going in to score. And South Canterbury have scored. James Hawkey. Here on the Wet and Forget replay on Mainfreight Rugby. They kept it going, Farmside South Canterbury. Ball retention was excellent. They never ran out of ideas. And James Hawkey scores a well-deserved try. The first of the game. Coast with a scrum feed for the knock-on by Kalavini Leatinganga. Sam Parks, long pass, lovely pass. Fraser kicking for chasing wing. McGarvey Black has it. Can he get the pass away? Yes, and the Coast have scored. Tremendous stuff by the Coast. That was Tapau Stewart in the corner. Great hands there. I think that was McGarvey Black getting up on that one. Try scorer Tapau Stewart. A move beautifully worked by the Coast. And they've scored in the corner. So now it's 7-5. South Canterbury lead by 2 points. That was a fabulous try. Borland. Fine exponent at the line out for South Canterbury. Want to get that drive on and try and muscle the Coast, out-muscle the Coast. And they have gone in to score a well-deserved try here, South Canterbury. They've played good rugby, certainly deserve it. Here on the Wet and Forget replay, it's Junior Whāwhai. Hooker forward for South Canterbury, who've been determined and have stuck to their guns. They felt that they could drive the Coast back over their own goal line. And now they lead 12-5. Briggs, couple of steps, unlucky there. So that's half-time here in this great match between team number 9 and team number 1. The visitors, South Canterbury lead by 12 points to 5. Here's Strawn, the captain, is dispensed with headgear. Big guy, Tomahuni, only knows one way, direct approach. Right. Strongly Amato there, the lock forward. Man, that looked didn't quite look right. And over there in the corner, Borland scores in the corner. So that's a try to South Canterbury, the first try of the second half, John Borland. Here on the wet and forget replay, South Canterbury really moving the ball quickly and good passing. And John Borland gets a good one. Begun the game well, begun the second half well, certainly. They'll have the throw, South Canterbury. Another chance to put on that line-out drive. Vavai, big guy Amato. Was it Tamahuni? It's a Hawkeye. Strong stuff. South Canterbury, oh, and here's the loose head prop. And it's Tailanga, and has scored the second try of the second half. Tailanga here with a try, and one to remember, Borland in the left corner. Now he just seemed to surge straight through. Didn't seem to be any defence in front of it. 24 points to 5. 3 of their 4 tries scored by the forwards. Over him goes Mackay, unaccustomed to that position. Here's Saunders. Trying to rough him up, Will Bollingford. It's Briggs. Other people see defenders. He sees only space. That's Davidson. Tavai through the dummy. Tanena Tamanui Nepia to really hit him hard, punish him. That's Saunders. Kalavini Liatianga. Tinganga rather, that was Strawn, lovely pass. Amato, South Canterbury doing it well here now. Saunders got a great pass and he is in for their 3rd try of the second half. Here on the wet and forget replay, Zach Saunders come up with a brilliant try, and the speed of the ball through the hands seems to me to be what makes this South Canterbury team so hard to stop. They get the ball through the hands, and their forwards and backs, the interplay between them is remarkable. So it's 29-5, try to Saunders. Sam Parks, a long drive down into the 22, ball takes a high bounce. The Coast are going to get one, and the Coast have got one. The Coast have got a try from the restart. An incredible kick by Sam Parks. From the restart, the ball took a bounce. South Canterbury defenders came back to recover. They never recovered. As innocuous a thing as a restart. Certainly this is the Coast's best showing against South Canterbury for some time. And that's the end of the game. 34 points to 12. Farmside South Canterbury have run out deserving winners. It was an excellent game of rugby, and the Coast have finished the game in spirited fashion.
The boys definitely turned out today and played well, but yeah, it's still not that win that we're chasing, but I think these games hurt more than the games that we were getting pumped by 70, being so close.
We pride ourselves on sort of being able to throw the ball around, you know, 1 to 15, and when the boys come off the bench, I thought they were outstanding as well and really added to it. That first half, I think East Coast were outstanding. You know, they threw the kitchen sink at us, and I'm really happy with how boys responded in the second half. That could have gone either way. I don't think East Coast, they're going to get a couple wins this year.
The experience today, they would have killed you with kindness. What's it been like? What's this day been like?
Amazing. You know, we've seen 2 amazing rugby games here in the Ruatoria, and, you know, amazing team spirit here, and also an amazing response to the vaccines here too.
And last word, the place of rugby and the enjoyment to be found in rugby, there's nothing quite like it.
Oh, it reminded me of, you know, back in the day watching a game on the sideline in Morrinsville, up close and personal. It was great to see.
The Tasman Sea rolls into the mouth of the Grey River and provides a lumpy welcome home to fishermen coming into port to unload their catch and perhaps get cleaned up in time to get to the rugby this afternoon.
Kia ora, welcome to John Sturgeon Park here on the West Coast. Of course, at Greymouth, we have West Coast taking on Thames Valley. The Swamp Foxes travelled down here yesterday. Going to be a great game of rugby, some good running rugby. Of course, we've had a wet week. You can see the sun shining here. It's a great day, and we're going to see some crowds finally at Heartland Rugby, courtesy of Mainfreight Rugby. Okay, here with Logan Winter, one of the Kiwi players here in the West Coast team. Logan, coming off the bench today, looking forward to it, mate. How's the season going so far?
It's been good, you know, a few hot games in there. It's good to keep it home and have a go against these Thames Valley boys.
Mate, and of course you'll be looking to impact from you off the bench. Few others, few names not playing this week, likes of Trent Lawn and that. It's good to see a bit of a mix, starting to get combinations going.
Yeah, no, it's good. There's been a few injuries and the lads just fit in straight away and, you know, work well together. And, you know, we'll just work on our systems today and hopefully get the win.
Yeah, here's hoping, mate. Bit of money at the TAB. We'll be looking forward to it. Income. Cheers, mate.
Top of the table, Thames Valley will be tough opposition, though. They've even got some support all this way from home. Jake O'Flaherty has the call.
Ferguson goes right, ends up turning around and throws it off to Soper. Bumps off a tackle and makes another metre or so, Steve Soper. Although, here we go, as the opening points of the match are really on offer here. Sefo Moniati on debut, getting a turnover at the breakdown. And Carlos Price, another debutant for this team, puts the first points on the board for Thames Valley. Ferguson throws it off. Omenatave Takana, the big frame in midfield, taking the ball down. They do have advantage here, West Coast. Lobazet on the deck, but the referee blows his whistle in the end. So a chance to even the scores if they opt to take the kick here. And they do. So 30 or so metres out, just over in fact. And it's 3-3 as a successful penalty grants the West Coasters 3 points. Bonner to McVeary, co-captain to co-captain here. Well, Bonner, there's a gap. He finds it and he goes in. Ben Bonner, first try of the season for him. Well, it really was the fruits and rewards of some sustained pressure down this area of the field from the Swamp Foxes. Ben Bonner in the end gets it done. And Carlos Price finishes off the first half. It's a 10-point ball game at the break, 13 points to 3. Now West Coast on their own. 22, well, Swamp Foxes 22, I should say. Get the rolling maul going. And Thames Valley are starting to splinter. They've got this going. Do the coast. Still going here. Well, if you're a Ford, you'd love to see this go over. It may well do. In fact, it does. Troy Tofari will score a great try for the coast. A rolling maul from a line out on the 22-metre line. And you can see it on the wet and forget replay. Let's have a look. Tofari, well, he was the man with the ball who could run off and score it. Connor McVeary, oh, that's a big fend. Gets the pass away to Halafihi. He goes for a run. Can't quite link up. McQueen gets it away to Fotofeli. He runs. Doesn't need Drongel outside him. And Fred K. Fotofeli, in his first competition match this year, will score a try. Well, this man, he's a scary frame to take down. He'd scare the dog off the back of a meat truck. But he had some open space. McQueen, as you can see on the wet and forget replay, got a great pass away to Fotofeli, the dummy, and Regan Stanton couldn't do much. Bonner holds it in. McVeary goes out the back to Price. Etoni throws it over his head. Now Will Newbold gets the pass to Halafihi. He goes for it. Dromgoole has the ball. Inside play to Will Newbold, who'll score his first try of the season too. Well, look at that. A great run from the Thames Valley lads. And we'll look on the wet and forget replay. Halafihi, he's running well with the ball. Got the pass to Cameron Dromgoole, and Newbold, he dots it down in the end. Carlos Price puts it up, and Thames Valley get their first ever win in Greymouth in the history of the Heartland Championship.
Ben Bonner, winning captain here for the Thames Valley Swamp Foxes. Mate, a really good outing by your team. It looks like a solid team performance overall.
Yeah, pretty pleased with how it all went, really, to be honest. we've sort of been patchy probably for the last couple of games. Only been playing for sort of 40 minutes, 20 minutes. We just had to put a few more minutes together, really. So it was great.
Taupo, New Zealand's Great Lake, and it's looking busy downtown in the morning. Perhaps this afternoon they'll all head up here to Owen Delaney Park for King Country against Wanganui, a match-up with great history behind it.
I've got a couple of the players here, boys. How was the trip up yesterday?
Went fairly quick, to be honest, yeah, but happy to be up here. It's real nice and sunny compared to Wonga, so yeah.
And how's training gone this week?
Yeah, training's been good. Put a big incentive on stuff that we can control. The boys are all pretty amped up, pretty big occasion today, playing for the Pine Tree Log.
Yeah, you're dead right. It's important to both provinces there. Tell me this, the elephant in the room, lads. Give me your thoughts on playing against Sam Cane, the All Black captain.
Yeah, it's definitely not every day the current All Black plays in the Heartland comp. It's exciting for the boys, you know, test themselves against someone who's at the top, highest of the level, yeah.
So it's been a tough old start for the TLC King Country Rams this year. Are the boys still in a good frame of mind?
Yeah, the boys, it's coming together slowly, you know. We're quite a young side this year. There's quite a few of us young ones, but, you know, we're all sticking together and we all want to make it work, so, yeah.
What's it been like training with the current All Black captain, Sam Cane, this week?
Oh, it's a bit of a surreal feeling, you know. You grow up watching them on TV and you sort of idolise them a bit and then turn up to training. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool feeling, learn off him and get to know what he does.
There's the trophy they're playing for. 2020 King Country won it. That was in the Mainfreight local competition that was played in replacement of the Heartland Championship in 2020. Wanganui. Hart at the back of the line out. They'll drive this away. A little bit of deception. Sees Horrocks with the ball. Horrocks off the ground now, looking for the second phase pill. And look at the big guys lining up. Here's Hughes. Hughes towards the goal line, not quite. Horrocks again. Whale gets it out wider. This is Clare. Clare times his pass. And the first try of the day goes to Malanathangi. He had some work to do to get across the line, but everybody inside him did his job very, very well. And when the ball came out, you'll see here in the wet and forget replay, when it got into the backs, it was catch and pass, well timed from Clare. Still some traffic to go through for Malanathangi, but he managed to get the ball down, and Wanganui have the opening try of the day in front of a pretty good crowd here at Taupo. Defensive line out for King Country. They've messed it up. Vondasese. Oh, don't let him run. Do not let this big fella run, because Semi Vondasese is big, strong and elusive, and from 20 metres like that, oh boy, slap back ball. You'll see that on the replay. There he is on the 22. Vondasese, big long strides, inside one player, outside another, through a couple more, and away they are, further into the lead, Wanganui. That'll be a good day. The King Country Centennial coming up next year. Good opportunity. Barging, charging run from Malimole. Space out wide if they want it here. Brown steps. The defence is solid though from Wanganui. Smith. Oh, that's a nice little offload, but the defence remains solid. Although there's somebody lurking a little bit on the wrong side there. Roll away, says the referee. Let go. And I think it's the Captain Hart that got pinged in the end. And with half-time just about upon us, the shot at goal will be taken by Tapili. That's over, and we go to the break with Wanganui ahead by 15 points to 6. And I think King Country will be reasonably pleased with that. And it's a pretty good effort in the first half against a very, very strong side in Wanganui. Good defensive work from King Country, but Smith's kick hasn't found touch. Here's Von der Sosa again. He's already scored a try. This time he does the big flip offload, and Kieran Hussey goes across for the score. They're all watching Von der Sosa. You'll see it on the wet and forget replay. He committed the outside defender to his run. It all started, though, because this kick didn't go into touch, and they cleared it very, very quickly. 2 passes into midfield. Von der Sosa got a head of steam up. Everybody comes running to him. There goes the outside defender towards him, and that left Hussey with plenty of time to pick up the bouncing ball and get across in the corner. And we've only just started the second half. Good running out of defence by Tapili. Tapili from the Bay of Plenty. Good support play for him as well, as they crash in and do their work. This is Brown, Bevan Brown in space, finds the support. The support player is Brad Jeffries. He sprints like the whole world's after him, but they're not. They've let him go. Brad Jeffries under the post. Good try from King Country. They deserve that. They've been strong in defence, and when they got the breakout opportunity, they broke out and did it well. This is just the tail end of it, with Bevan finding space through a couple of defenders. Look at the good support line that's being run there by Jeffries, and he's got a 25-metre sprint to the goal line and then a run around under the posts. And that's King Country looking just a little bit happier with their ways. Perfect attacking position for Wanganui. As Horrocks puts it in, Von der Sosa takes it out. Robinson. Gee, that's a strong run from the number 12. And here's Gallion. Gallion to almost the try line. Hughes peels off. No, it doesn't go to Hughes. It goes outside of him to Whale. Whale goes in. Have a look at number 7 when you look at the replay here from Wet and Forget. That's Jamie Hughes. He sucks in all the defenders. Gallion goes really close. They did well to keep him out, actually. And Hughes peels off. The defenders see him going, go with him, and he attracts a couple of defenders. Look, and that opens the gap up for Whale to go in under the posts. And Wanganui are pretty much safe now. Off comes the All Black captain. King Country confident they've got somebody on the bench that can do the job as well as he has. It's through the line goes Hussey. Loose ball at the back of the line out for King Country. His locking mate goes close in lane. And now it's catch and pass, and over in the corner goes Vakararongo. And that's all because of slapback ball from King Country. And they took advantage of that, and in the end it looked a lot simpler than it probably was. He's done well here, has Josh Lane. He's gone very close. They've held him up, but now it's just a matter of catch and pass and out sprint the defence, and they're just one man over even in the corner when Vakararongo goes across, and this is really comfortable now for Wanganui. Campbell Hart's been a great target in the line-out for the Butcher boys. And he's got this one as they drive away towards the goal line. Gallion has it. They've gone to ground. Whale gives it to Siruwalu, and Siruwalu gets through the defence. And that's 46-13 with a try very close to the goal posts. This is all a little bit too simple for Siruwalu. Goes past one, goes past another, and scores beside the left-hand upright. The beekeeper from up the valleys, Timothy Siruwalu. Dane Whale converts, and that's a simple win for Wanganui in the end. It's a big score, 48-13, against their old rivals, King Country.
Yeah, we put a lot of, we just want to focus on ourselves this week. We knew that we hadn't played the best rugby the last couple of weeks, so we were really focused on our performance and putting our game plan together, and so that was a lot of the talk all week was around that. And when I felt we did that, we weathered them in the first half, and then we scored some nice tries towards the end.
Sam, you're now TLC Rams King Country player number 1250, the 50th caps, so well done today and welcome to the Rams Club.
No, thank you. Obviously a lot of history with over 1,200 players, so pleasure to put on the jersey today.
Did you enjoy the experience? I'd say after 6 months on the touchline, you'd be bulling to get out there too.
Yeah, just cool to get out there, back playing rugby. You know, trying to learn things on the go and learn the teammates' names, but just thankful that they, you know, they had me here today and really enjoyed the experience.
And they've been a welcoming bunch?
They've been a welcoming bunch, yeah, and I think they got a bit more welcoming to do in the sheds actually once we finish this.
A day King Country Rugby will never forget having All Black number 1113 Sam Cane turning out for them. Great stuff. One match still to come on Mainfreight Rugby, and that is Wairarapa Bush hosting Mid-Canterbury. We're back soon.
Mainfreight Rugby.
To Masterton we go now on Mainfreight Rugby, round 4 of the Bunnings Heartland Championship. Wairarapa Bush are at home again, but they're struggling just a little bit. They've yet to win a match. Mid-Canterbury will be tough opposition.
Well, it's good evening from Trust House Memorial Park in preparation for tonight's big clash. The Ferries, Wairarapa Bush and Mid-Canterbury. Mid-Canterbury looking pretty good this season. They've only dropped one game. Wairarapa Bush on a constant improved scale at the moment and looking really good. So tonight's match in the Bunnings Heartland Championship is going to be very much a key one for both sides, sitting in 6th and 10th place respectively. Well, here we are with a couple of the likely lads, the Bush boys. Lewis, we'll start with you, mate. Big game last weekend against Wanganui. Just couldn't quite get there. You guys look really good.
Oh, yeah, the boys definitely stepped up in that game against Wanganui. We'd been improving from our first game against Thames Valley. It may not have looked like it against South Canterbury, but we definitely stepped up there again too. But hopefully we can just put a little bit more together and get the win here today.
Dominic, Mid-Canterbury, certainly a beatable side. They've had a pretty good run so far, but they have lost a game and they've got a few chinks in their armour. Looking forward to going to battle today?
Yeah, I'll be pretty happy when I get on, just to give it a good crack. I know the starting 4 packs want to get in there and get it done for Yowie. It's his 50th game, so yeah, excited for the game.
Here with a couple of the big Mid-Canterbury boys. Great to host you guys here. You looking forward to a night game of rugby?
Yeah, boys are looking forward to it. Bit of different starting time, but boys were up for it, especially coming from a loss last week, so pretty important this game, pretty much every game.
You guys are still sitting in a reasonably good position in 6th place, so a win today would mean a heck of a lot to you in terms of where you're at on the table.
Yeah, Bobby, every game, Bobby, every must-win game, each one of games, so yeah, we're Bobby looking forward to it, each one of games, and yeah, it's good, temperature, not too bad, not too cold as well. It's South Island. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
So what did you work on from last week's game, taking out of that to bring into this week's game?
I think the main thing we're working on is just the aggression and more of coming into the game with a switch mind, because Otago started pretty well against us last weekend and really cost us. But in this week, the boys are working hard on to try to get them to have an early start from the kickoffs and try to get a real good start and try to finish it off as well. So,
There's Rory the Stag. He's got quite a history, Rory. He went missing one day after an away game. Took him a week or so to find his way home, but he's back now and he's in residence at Memorial Park as the teams are on the field. McCloy goes in playing halfback. Bari, oh, he's got space in front of him. Oh, what a step. Manasa and Bari, what a try. How about that to open the day's scoring? This guy's a lock. I know he's bred from stock that looks like a 14 rather than a 4, and he too looks like a 14 and not a 4. Wow, what a step from a big lock. His dad was a winger, but that, wow, wasn't that big. Good attacking line-out position. Way at the back and high goes Campbell. Now they set the maul, do Wairarapa Bush. And they've got it going in the right direction and got it going well. It's well structured. There's a man got in there and got in the way. Over, that's a try. That's a try and the referee spotted it. It's one of the big ones. I think this is Lewis Bush. Yes, it is. Lewis Bush, he had a word to us before the game and has been rewarded for that politeness with a try. Lewis Bush, the big fella. Over he goes. That's Earl Curtin in the crowd there, former All Black selector, former All Black first 5'8". Loves his footy. He's been a selector for the national Heartland team over the years. Oh, that's a line. That's a great line from Tufunga. Ueta Tufunga, he comes across from the varsity club in Manawatu. And that is a terrific line that he's run onto a lovely flat pass. Look at that. And the big step left the last line of defence with no chance whatsoever. So they're putting together a very good first half here, Wairarapa Bush. They'll be pretty happy with this. Bracewell. The big fella here is Andrew McLean. Fatties get to work here. Mapasua. The man was offside, so half-time on the clock. I'm pretty sure they'll go for posts here. And they do. Falaniko is a goal-kicking try scorer, and that represents a very good first half for Wairarapa Bush, going in against Mid-Canterbury ahead by 15 points to 7. As the sun goes down at Memorial Park, it's an evening game this, 6 o'clock kickoff. Vasu Rakuta, good run, nice pass in support here is Riki. Riki in at the corner, oh, flies in at the corner. Oh, what an excellent try. Look at the run by Rotumbai Vasu Rakuta. He just steams into space here. Bang, one defender goes down, and then the flying first 5. Tom Riki gets his first try for the season, airborne. Well, this is a big run by the replacement, Thomas. Bari again. Manasa and Bari, outlet pass to Vasu Rakuta. He's got too many wheels. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Mid-Canterbury are in the lead. A couple of excellent tries in the first 10 minutes of the second half, and they hit the front. It all came from a big run from Tapasu Thomas, the replacement. Bari added to that. Vasu Rakuta had the final run in. Blythe looking for the ball. He snuck offside as the halfback. Koro Tamana. Koro Tamana goes on his own. Tap, go, score. And that surely has made it safe for Mid-Canterbury. His 4th try of the year, the big number 8. He's a big, strong man. And once he got the tap, well, nobody was kind of looking. Look at that. The halfback's drifted offside. The front row's gone down. Koro Tamana, with only a couple of defenders in front of him, finds the seam. And away he goes. Off the post, but it doesn't matter. Mid-Canterbury, too good for Wairarapa Bush by 10 points, by 28 to 18.
Oh, our set piece went well. Our line-out improved in the second half, and our defense was really improved in the second half. We tend to come up rather than standing up, so the boys have been working hard. We've been learning from the last week game.
Confirming your Week 4 results. Border going down to Horowhenua-Kapiti 27-12 at home. East Coast also losing at home to the top of the table, South Canterbury. Wanganui, another winner on the road. In fact, North Otago, the only team to win at home, 12-10 over Poverty Bay. West Coast going down to Thames Valley. Wairarapa Bush down to Mid-Canterbury. So what does that do to the standings at the halfway stage? Well, there is a change at the top. 3 teams remain unbeaten, but South Canterbury, with a perfect record of 20 points, sit at the top. Thames Valley 1 below, and Horowhenua-Kapiti also 4 from 4, 1 below them on 18. But then we have a logjam of Wanganui, Mid-Canterbury, North Otago, Poverty Bay and the West Coast vying for that last play-off spot. Really is going to be a race. To confirm those results and see what's coming up next week, head over to allblacks.com and look for the Heartland tag.
Now, you don't need me to tell you about the weird and wonderful time we're living in at the moment. It's made making this show just a little bit difficult, so our chance now to say thank you to all those folks who are going the extra mile to help us out in getting it all together. This Rogues Gallery is our guys who are involved, but there are a lot of others involved at unions up and down the country. Thank you to you all. Without you, I don't think we'd have a show at all. Rugby News this month has got a very interesting article in it, and a dear old friend of the show, Bob Howard. He was the original editor of Rugby News way back in the 70s, and he's still going strong, reporting on rugby in central Otago. Good on you, Bob. He's always been a champion for grassroots and heartland rugby. Next week, those three top games I think will be very important. Thames Valley against Canterbury, that's a top of the table clash. East Coast, can they get their first win since 2013? And look too for that local derby between North Otago and South Canterbury. We may just have a lead dog on this sled. I don't know, it's very close. And another thank you to all of our sponsors, to Mainfreight of course, but also to Still, Wet and Forget, Isuzu, Sky Sport and New Zealand Rugby. Without their support, as well as your support, we wouldn't be able to bring you this Mainfreight Rugby and coverage of the Bunnings Heartland Championship.